You are an underboss for the notorious Marlin family and one of the most famous mobsters ever. Which makes sense. Your favorite show is Riddle Me This. Every day, you give your driver, Mr. Elgert, a piece of paper with a different itinerary. You see, you hired Mr. Elgert because he is deaf, so he can't hear any of the phone calls you make in the back of your car. But you didn't become a famous underboss for no reason. You don't trust anyone. You still tell your deaf driver to turn the radio on when you're on the phone, just in case the car is bugged. And yet, one day, while driving through a tunnel, you realize Mr. Elgert has been pretending the whole time. He's not deaf at all. How did you figure it out? Something doesn't sound right in this story. Can you put your finger on it? How's your attention to detail? Mr. Elgert adjusted the radio when driving through the tunnel. Why would he do that if he was deaf? The next day, Mr. Elgert is found behind the wheel of the car riddled with bullets. I know, what a shocker. I guess you could say he was fired. Gunpowder is found all around him, proving the gun was discharged at close range. And yet, no gun is found inside the car. The doors and windows are locked from the inside. And there are no bullet holes on the outside of the car. How is this possible? You know, just because you didn't like the music he put on the radio doesn't mean you had the right to fire him, nor fire on him. This does sound like overreacting. Have you tried anger management classes? The car is a convertible. You only had to shoot Mr. Elgert while the roof was open and then close it up to puzzle the police. Though you did a terrible job and Mr. Elgert is still alive, barely. He was taken to the nearest hospital in critical condition. Dum-da-dum-dum. His life can still be saved, and the police are counting on it to get him to talk. Good news! Sylvia Hawkeye is on the case and has put 6 police officers outside his room, and 12 more to patrol the hospital. She's so sure you won't get to him that she heads to the downstairs cafe to relax. But suddenly, the elevator stops for 30 seconds and she immediately realizes that you managed to kill Mr. Elgert. How did you do it? Maybe this is why you were killed in the previous episode. Do you have what it takes to control the mafia? How did you kill someone protected by 18 police officers? You cut the power to the entire hospital, which means you cut the power to Mr. Elgert's life support. Now it's your time to become an expert solver. We give you the solution, and you come up with the riddle. Today's answer is, there was no cat in the house. The most creative riddles will be animated in a future episode of Riddle Me This. You are under arrest. Unless you want to bribe me. Click on that subscribe button and we'll call it square. Yes, I know it's round.